My dear dark ones, welcome to my channel. Today is a pick a pile tarot reading, and I'm asking about your past lives. I know I asked you a question on my community, and I asked you if you know anything about your past lives, and I was actually surprised that the majority of you have no idea about your past life reincarnations. So maybe this reading is going to help you to remember your past lives or connect to them more. Remember that this is the collective reading, so it doesn't mean that it should resonate with you completely. And you don't have to choose a specific pile. You can listen through both of them because, again, it's a collective reading. But if you feel drawn to a specific pile, maybe it's going to be a message only for you. And I have two piles, so you can pause the video and choose the one that you feel more attracted to. I will be starting with this one. And let's see what kind of past lives you had in the past. This is actually one of the most interesting decks that I have, and I feel it's going to be the most like correct one when it comes to past lives because it's very connected to 16th, 17th centuries. So let's see what's going to come. What past lives are going to be shown to you? Okay, this is interesting. So first of all, I'm gonna tell you, you are definitely you're definitely connected to your past lives. Like if something happening in your life, for example, if you're having like some kind of interesting deja vus, or when you meet people and you feel like you know them for ages, or if you have some specific connection with a specific artist or an era, or you feel like connected to countries that you've never been to, it is definitely your connection with your past lives. It's like your mind is giving you signals of what you used to be or where you used to live. And deja vus are always important in your life because they always like give you this like a sign or a message that something that you are witnessing your past life, like in real life. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a situation, maybe it's something like something that you need to pay attention to more because it's something that's affecting your life in this moment. As you can see, all of the cards are kind of dramatic. They are definitely heavy, like a very strong, heavy energy. So I guess I'm not gonna be putting more than 3 cards because I want to talk specifically about this uh, past lives that are coming in. So I want to tell you if in this lifetime you're having it like easy, or you might say that your life is boring. It's just because in the past lives you had so much happening that in this lifetime you are subconsciously choosing peace and safety, and you choosing stability over like crazy situations that you had in the past. I can definitely tell that you have a lot of supernatural abilities, and it's all due to the past lives that you had. Like the first card here, Five of Shekinah, it's definitely telling me that one of your past lives you've been killed for practicing like dark arts of magic, and that's why you've been killed in the most unusual way. So if you have any crazy marks on your body, it could be like big spots or birthmarks or even moles, anything that is unusual, or if you have like a lot of bruising without any explanation, it's all happens because of the past lives are still like giving you signs of your connection to the one that you had. And because you've been killed for practicing the witchcraft, and in this lifetime subconsciously you are connected to witchcraft and the occult, you are into the supernatural, but you kind of scared. You're scared to come out of your broom closet, so to say, or to practice, or to actually like dive deeper into your abilities and gifts because you're scared that this again might happen to you. And the fears that are coming from your past lives, they're usually very strong and like tense, and you feel them in your body. It's almost like an animal instinct that you shouldn't do that. And I completely understand if you remember this happening, if your mind and soul remembers that, it's very hard to come over this fear. So this reincarnation, you died maybe at the age of 35, 36, quite young. and you've been working with demons, and you've been working with sigils and alchemy. You've been practicing the most interesting, the most unusual things, and you used to know so much. Number 5 always tells me about the knowledge, like sacred knowledge that one might possess, and you had it. So for you in this lifetime, whatever it is you're drawn to the most, those are the things that you used to know in the past. Another one, this is 12 of Shekinah. Shekinah also tells me that you've been connected to Kabbalah. You definitely studied it a lot, because these cards like always talks about not traditional religion, and even religions like Sufism. Maybe you also practice it. 12 usually tells me about the connection with guardian angels. So if you are now feeling that there are angels looking over you, it is because the angel is coming from your past lives for sure. This one is reversed, so it means that also something negative happened in that lifetime for you. And this connection to the angel, I think it was during the dark ages, and you've been assigned to a specific church. Probably you were a nun or a monk. It definitely Catholic church or Christian church, something like that. And the work that you've done, maybe you used to be a writer for the church, like translator. Maybe you were translating the Bible, or you were gathering information for like church. You probably been traveling a lot, because this card is always like shows movement and like some kind of war and struggle. So your life was hard, and you did it in the name, like you dedicated your life to a religion. And maybe that's why in this lifetime you don't feel connected to any religion at all, and you're choosing to be free. Probably not an atheist, but you're choosing your religious beliefs like very carefully. And it could be like a weird mix. And it is all because of this past life reincarnation that you had, because you kind of were forced into this religious background. Probably your parents made you become a nun or a monk, and they never even asked you for your opinion. You didn't have a chance, but then you couldn't get out, because that was the only thing that you were able to do, and you were good at it, that's for sure, because this card is like a strong card representation of someone who leaves some kind of like dent in the history. So definitely probably one of your books or one of your works is still out there in the world. So if one day you're going to be in front of a kind of huge foliant, like religious foliant or religious work, and you feel like very connected to it, probably you wrote it or you created it. This card, the Judgment card. Usually when I see it, and when it comes in reading in regards of the past lives, I'm pretty sure you had a reincarnation during the time of Jesus, and probably you were the one who were healed by Jesus, because the Judgment card always talks about being reborn, uh, being alive again in a sense. So if you had like a serious sickness, Jesus healed you. In this lifetime, I feel you might still have the traces of the sickness. So if you're struggling with some kind of health issues that probably no doctor can help you with, it is because of that past lives. Sometimes our mind project the diseases on us so we can remember something. It's like a trigger. It's not because you're actually unhealthy or there is something wrong with your body. It comes from your mind. Your mind creates a weakness or a disease for you. And that's, I think, what's happening with you in this lifetime. So in order to heal your body, you need to fully connect with your soul and fully remember who you truly are, what you've been doing in the past lives, where your soul come from, and what you can do now. And if you really felt a strong connection to this pile, I'm definitely going to tell you that you need to incorporate your occult knowledge into your life now. So for example, if you have a hobby, your hobby should be very connected with the occult. You should do something for either for people who are into this field, the physical field, supernatural field, or you should become one like a practitioner or a teacher, or at least you have to bring your magic everywhere you go. It's gonna help you in this lifetime to be healthy, to be successful, to be where you need to be, to find your place in this world, to find your soul family, even to find your love. And because I see like a lot of red here. In this deck, red always represents like love, passion. So if you want to find your true soulmate, someone who is meant for you, this person also supposed to be from your past lives. It should be a connection that you already had, and you finding it again in this lifetime, if that makes sense for you. I guess that's all what I want to say about these three cards that I pulled for you. I will move on to the next pile, and let me know in the comment section if there are people that you feel that are from your past lives, people that could be your friends or family or your lovers. I'm curious to know if you are able to recognize connection from your past lives. Okay, now for the second pile, thank you so much for waiting. And let's see what kind of cards you're gonna pull here, what kind of past lives you guys had. I'm very curious actually. Okay, you guys are crazy. Is there anyone who is watching that doesn't really have like supernatural abilities? Because this is, as you see, the magician, two of mages, and king of Shekinah. First of all, what I want to say, the amount of strength, power, this divine masculine energy that is coming from these cards, it's unbelievable. It doesn't matter what gender you are right now while you're watching it, but your strength is just like off the charts. I'm totally gonna tell you in this lifetime you are just remarkable person. I'm sure that when you walk the streets, people stare at you and they recognize your power, they recognize your strengths, they recognize your uniqueness, and they do recognize this magnetism that you have. You are such a magnetic person. You can attract anyone you want. You can literally stop any car on its tracks. And there is something about you that people always feel drawn to and connected to. And your power, your strength is something that they seek. It's like they go to you because they want to heal or they want to feel better. They want piece of your strength. They want to be in your presence because your energy is just amazing. It's so unusual. It's just unbelievable. You guys are awesome. If you really felt connected to the second pile, you should listen carefully. And I think there is something for you that maybe it's the sign that you've been waiting. And I want to start with the magician card. Like definitely the magician card. I don't even need to do any kind of explanation. So you had a reincarnation as the mage. As a mage, and I would even say it was during the 11th century. You've traveled to many, many worlds because I see there is so many objects on your altar from all over the world. The green color represents the connection with the divine. In this lifetime, you might be drawn to Lucifer because maybe in that reincarnation that was your guardian or your guide. Of course, as you see, the magician card you always represented by the male in the majority of the decks. So it was an incarnation as a male, even though the male was very attuned to his divine masculine and his divine feminine, like equally. I see the torch in his arm, and you were lighting your fire, you were showing your light to the whole world. So it means you used to be quite famous. You used to be quite busy as well because you see how much is going on the cards. So I think a lot of people would come to you for an advice, especially like royal families, war leaders, famous people. You were very known, and I'm not even scared to say all over the world because the amount of the work that you've done, it was incredible. In this lifetime, you're born with the same abilities, with the same supernatural gifts. You're probably not using them much because, again, people who are truly gifted, they are always scared of their gifts. And usually people like yourself, you guys don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can achieve the same results, that you can conquer the world, that you can become so famous and wealthy. And by doing something that you love, you can become everything that you ever wanted. Maybe in your mind you think you should work hard and you should do something normal because these abilities that you have, this darkness that you possess, this magic that runs in your blood, it's something that everyone possesses, right? And you don't believe that you're so unique and so different, but you have to. You have to believe in yourself more because you are magical. There is something about you that you even scared of, because the moment you unleash this power, the moment you come into your power, the whole world around you is going to change. And you are right. You might lose your friends, you might lose your family, you're definitely going to lose your job, your home, everything. The world is going to open up its doors for you, and the places that you're going to go, and the people you're going to meet, the things that you're going to do, those are all incredible things if you believe in yourself, and if you're not going to be scared of your own abilities and your own power. This card, this is one of the most scary cards in the deck. When I see it, when it comes in past life sessions, it always tells me that you've done things that for your soul it is very hard to bear to this day. You used to destroy cities, you used to kill people, you used to done outrageous things in the name of your beliefs, and because you knew that you had to follow the path. You might say that there are karmic like situation in this lifetime because you paying off the debts, but I don't believe so. I do believe that when you did this, your mind was in a good place. You've done this, all of those things, because you believed that that was the way. It's, for example, like Alexander the Great. He was conquering the world by the amount of blood he shed, and he knew it was necessary. And in the history, like, you're never going to see him as a tyrant. You're always going to see him as an amazing conqueror with great mind and insane knowledge of the war. So that's what you used to done. You are probably had a reincarnation as a war leader, as a ruler, but you didn't make it to the history books because you were born in obscure country that I'm not even can name now, but it was something in the Middle East or Northern Africa, something like that. And the things you've done, I guess they still affecting your reincarnation now. And that's why now you have such a generous, kind, and loving and caring heart, because you're trying to fix all of the things that you've done in the past. That's why for you, you always find it hard to see how people struggle. You always want to help anyone on your journey, and you always want to make things right. It's just because in the past life, in that specific past life, you did so many things that now you would consider wrong. You had a long life, prosperous life. You used to be worshipped. People adored you for the things that you've done for them, and people hated you for the things you've done for them too. So you were a controversial figure, but the things you did, I'm pretty sure you changed the shape of many countries, and you changed the timeline as we know it. And because of you, the things that you've done, even if those things were very negative and bad things, but they made this ripple effect that changed the world for the better. King of Shekinah, like in the previous pile, Shekinah is one of the cards that always talks about religion. The King of Shekinah, this specific card, for me, when it comes to past lives, it always tells me that you had a reincarnation as a Knight Templar. So in the name of the religion, you traveled far, you were looking for relics, you've been to war with different like empires and different people, because you were trying to preserve the knowledge for the church in the name of the church, and you went to places that no one went before. You were protecting pilgrims, you were doing things that, again, you knew that needed to be done because you wanted to protect the religion, the knowledge, the dogmas, the sacred texts with your life. In this lifetime, you were also known. You had a castle and you had your own army. So a lot of things that you did, you done it on your own. You would receive an order and then just go, but you would do it in your own specific way. You lived a life with no regrets. you didn't have a family, and you didn't find the love of your life because you really weren't looking. You were dedicated. The love of your life was religion, was the church. It was the knowledge that you were protecting and knowledge that you were looking for. So in this lifetime for you, it is very important to find someone to love, to share your life with, because without this person, your life will never be complete. And this person should be also connected with you. This person should be magical, and they should be into the things that you are, like someone special and crazy as you are. This pile is actually doesn't feel as strong as the first one. It feels more balanced. I think you are more balanced in this lifetime. You're using your mind more. You understand a lot of things. I think you're not even scared to accept yourself for who you are because you understand that there are things that needed to be done. You have peace in your mind, and you know that you're capable of a lot of exceptional things and a lot of like simple things, but you know what and when needs to be done. You are wiser than you think, you're wiser than your age, you are extremely mature, you have such an old soul, you understand so much more than others, you can even fit in your family because you are so different. And your life might be a struggle sometimes because you understand that the price for your wisdom is loneliness, but you also know that sometimes being alone is better than being with someone who doesn't understand you. Sometimes you become sad, and all of this again comes from your past lives. You miss those situations, you miss people, you miss the war, you miss adventure, you miss a purpose, you miss having a purpose that is greater than your life. You miss having this dedication to something that is not really common or not really boring. And I want to tell you, you will find this purpose very soon. You will find something that you will dedicate your whole life to. It's coming to you. The universe will send it to you very soon because there is something that is being changed around you. Like there is a shift, and a lot of things will come your way that you don't even expect. So when they come, embrace them and follow your path, because your path is greater than you think, and you will go and walk further than you think. Honestly, both of the piles are exceptionally good and kind of like interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you feel you resonated to any of these past lives, if you knew more, share with me any past life that you're aware of. And I guess I'm gonna stop here. Thank you so much for watching. I really like this reading. Like there was like such a positive, amazing energy coming from it. And probably it's because you are so positive and amazing and you are so open to me, and that's why I can connect with your energy. I do appreciate this. And I can't wait to see you in my next video.